First alert, we are tracking mountain snow and gusty winds in western Washington tonight. This is a live look at the summit at Snoqualmie over Summit West. It has seen 7 inches of snow in just the past 24 hours, and there's more to come. This here is that system moving over our area right now. A blizzard warning has just begun for the Cascades. Thanks for choosing King 5 as your source for weather tonight. I'm Steve Solis.
I'm Jessica Janner Castro. All of western Washington will be impacted by this storm, so we have team coverage for you right now. King 5 meteorologist Leah Pizzetti is on Stevens Pass tracking the conditions there. But let's get right with meteorologist Adam Claybon, looking at the big picture for everyone, Adam.
Yeah, so we're talking about wind everywhere. Some spots it will be stronger, and we're going to talk about those blizzard conditions too, as now we are in those high wind warnings and those blizzard warnings, which have started up here for us and will last until 10 a.m. tomorrow. And we're going to see anywhere between 3 to 12 inches, a big range, I know, but it's really more important about the wind blowing the snow to reduce the visibilities less than 1/4 of a mile here for a prolonged period of time as we head on into the night. High wind warnings out for the coast, for the Puget Sound foothills. Some of those gusts up to 65 miles per hour. Now, all of this being driven by that big area of low pressure, really strong one out across the Pacific Ocean. You can see the lightning lining up there at some parts across the ocean within some of those heavier showers. For us, we're at the leading edge of some of that precipitation beginning to move in around Puget Sound. So some lighter raindrops will be possible here for your evening commute, and heavier rain is expected across parts of the south coast for the time being. That eventually working its way eastward, and maybe some snow as we go on here into the mountains, as we're going to see this eventually head its way up towards Stevens and Snoqualmie Pass. But it's probably going to take a little while before that really starts to ramp up. Just a few flurries out there for the time being. First alert mode here through Wednesday. We're going to go over the blustery winds and the blizzard conditions. Plus, we're going to talk about how some of those king tides can affect some of the coastal areas coming up.
Thank you, Adam. And here's a look at the conditions on the mountain passes right now. North Cascades Highway is closed for the season because of the conditions there, as well as avalanche risk. On Stevens Pass, traction tires are advised right now. There are no longer any restrictions on Snoqualmie Pass, but that could certainly change as conditions worsen throughout the night. So bottom line is, be sure to check your requirements before you head out through any of the passes as we experience this storm. King 5 meteorologist Leah Pizzetti is joining us now from Stevens Pass. I can still see the wind blowing. Leah, how's it going?
Oh man, Jessica, when we first got out here, it was barely even breezy. That was about noon today. Wow, things have really picked up here in the last couple of hours. It's this wind that is the biggest concern. It's biting. That is the best way to put it standing out here. But for driving conditions, it's that wind picking up this snow, creating those visibility issues over the passes tonight. This is just the second time in more than 10 years we've had a blizzard warning for the Cascades. The first was last January. The criteria is essentially 2 main factors: prolonged wind, sustained wind or frequent gusts at 35 miles per hour or greater, and considerable falling snow or blowing snow that causes less than 1/4 mile of visibility for 3 or more hours. So it's really the driving conditions that are an issue. I spoke to one couple who said they purposefully drove the pass earlier today to beat this windy weather.
To me, it's important to be wary of what's going on as far as the weather.
And we can't say it enough. WashDOT is telling people to not travel through the passes tonight if you do not have to. In fact, this past January, when we had that first blizzard warning, Stevens Pass did close for 21 hours. That was the longest closure of this year so far. This strong wind, this blowing dust, it's going to be extremely difficult to navigate tonight. So if you do not have to travel the pass, we certainly would not recommend it. But for now, reporting live from Stevens Pass, back to you.
We can't stress that enough. Leah, go get another glove on.
Great idea there. Look, traction tires and chain requirements apply to you even if you have all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. And if you're not prepared, you could face a $500 fine. If you need a refresher on how to put chains on your tires, text the keyword chains to 206-448-4545, and we will send you a link with some tips and some tricks.